drill cipher that is playing right here on the Black Hot Fan Network radio station. Correct me.
Drill Digest Underdog
Cypher.
Cypher 3.
Kabisa.
That is the name.
Yes.
Yes, and I like the fact that these women came out to do it really gangster. Yeah.
And of course, I also love it. I listened to it. That was, I think, Ilitoka, that was on Saturday.
Yeah,
and of course, you can let us know for those who are just tuning in for the first time, or those who are listening to this amazing banger playing right on the Black Hot Fan Network radio, how you feel about it. And of course, karibuni sana, 17 minutes past 4 p.m. What's the time on your end, and where are you listening to us from, in case this is your first time right here? To amazing listeners, kindly smash the like button for me, and of course, welcome to today's discussion. How's you guys?
I'm just feeling sleepy because of the sun.
It's really hot.
It's really hot. It's making people feel like they want to sleep all the time.
Not really. Yesterday it was super hot.
Yesterday
Yesterday it was super crazy hot. I don't know kama ni the same as today, but you good?
Yeah.
Your weekend was good? My weekend was good too. I can't complain. And of course, karibuni sana to everyone who's just tuning in. Let us know how was your weekend. And of course, as we start with what has been going on during the weekend, I want to start with something that we've discussed political wise of what is going on in Kenya and Haiti. And I do believe there's a discussion still ongoing, because actually Kenyans, Africans are discussing this. Not really Africans, but Haiti right now are throwing shade back to the country. And I don't know if you guys have seen that, but yesterday in New York there was a demonstration of different people from Africa shaming on Ruto because of the decision he's making. And one of the things I was reading that was being said today is that the Kenyan interest is that the reason why they are doing this is because later in future they shall also be seeking help, you know, from other countries to come and help them, you know, curb the situations that we are facing. And I'm like, again, I always ask, how can you be able to predict such kind of crisis, or what crises are awaiting for us? You know, that we should be, that right now we should be literally be able to accept that you're working together with Haiti, so that in case these things happen to you as well, you'll be helped.
But we all know they are not working together with Haiti.
Exactly, but that is what the mainstream media basically is saying, because they were like, you know, whatever Kenya is doing is because they can be able to create a relationship with other countries, when we also have a situation like the 1998 or whatever situation, Al-Shabaab, so that we can also get help. But I don't know what you guys think about this.
It's crazy to think that they are looking forward to working together. They are working together with Haiti. Well, we clearly see that Haiti don't want Kenyans there. And we've seen even the Haitians are taking it to the streets with the banners written, Ruto, a puppet of the West. So at the end of the day, it's just crazy. But I think right now there's a motion in parliament, by the way. I've seen that one of is it Kithure Kindiki? You know, I thought this man was stupid for the longest time, but right now he actually said something that makes sense. He said that this is a country's matter.
The Minister of Security.
Today he said something that made sense to me. He said that now Kenyans should have a vote on this, because this, it's like we are going to put our people's lives in danger. And he said that now we cannot just take our people like this. It's like a human trafficking. This is what he said. And he said that now they are looking forward to the parliamentarians on voting whether the troops to be deployed to Haiti. But at the end of the day, I think it will be able to pass, because if the UN has already okayed it, to whom are you? And remember, we have received a huge amount of money. Was it $100 million? Yes, we have already pocketed that. So if we even trying to think about saying no to taking our troops, that's another issue. And remember, you know, Kenya is being used by the US to provoke Haiti. And this is not even the first time we're seeing troops being deployed in Haiti. And by the fact that right now they are
from
using
Kenya.
No, not from Kenya. We have seen other countries have tried to send troops to Haiti to bring peace. But we have seen they have failed. So I'm even wondering, will Kenya be the one to restore peace in Haiti back while the other people have failed? And we know this is a political matter, of course, and it is their own political matter. So I even don't understand how Kenya is coming in all this.
So this is what, let me read this before Shumali gives her point. They say that the decision by the Kenyan government to send local police to Haiti has been received with varied reaction, while some feel it's an act of Kenya being dependable in terms of crisis, in times of crisis. Many others think and feel that the police are being sent to their own death traps, as the Haiti gangs are said to be heavily armed and unforgiving. Well, and I've seen actually that so far Kenya actually did say, let me get that correctly, they say that they're going to be taking two police officers per, I think per institute, if I'm not wrong, 2 police officers per institute, so that they can get to the 1,000 number that is required to be deployed in Haiti. Shmani?
Yeah, so first of all, Kenya can never be dependent on crisis. I mean, how are we dependent? How are we independent on crisis, and yet it's not even our war? Why is it that we can't handle first our own goddamn war, and then we come and say we actually covered our own things? Now we were really independent. We fought by ourselves without even asking for aid, because every time it's aid and aid. And something I hate about what Kindiki said, and I still do believe it doesn't make sense, Katie, however much you say it makes sense.
He asked for parliamentarians' approval.
Yeah, and now he said Kenyans should have a say on this, right?
Parliamentarians,
not Kenyans.
Parliamentarians, you know, in Kenya, the parliamentarians are the lawmakers.
Now, parliamentarians, first and foremost, when you look at how even the budget was actually passed, right? First of all, they were threatened wakaingia box, and then of course they can be bought. And member of the parliamentarians, how the numbers, if you look at the numbers from the UDA and the numbers from all other parties, the UDA actually inashinda normal numbers of parliamentarians from other parties. Now, if this motion is being pushed and has been said by, first of all, the president who gave that issue, what makes you think that it's going to be out, taken in the parliament? Because that is a lie. They're just going to fall. And one thing I really don't like is how do parliamentarians actually represent the people? If you say that Kenyans should have a say on this, and Kenyans are being represented by the parliamentarians, I don't believe like 200 people represent 40 million, right? So when you say, oh, it's all about Kenyans, I don't think Kenyans are actually even having a say on this. It's just a way to sugarcoat, a way to bring it so that it can look good. But we know definitely we are going to that war, Joby. There is nothing, it's going to be passed. It's always like that. They bring something, and then there is always some negativity that gives you hope that actually akutaenda hivyo, unajua, and then after some time unasikia it was passed in the parliament. So you're like, okay, so why were we being given hope? This was just a distraction, so that we cannot actually see the root cause, or rather to see we don't give a thought about it because it's being conducted or it's being talked about in the court. So yeah, it is not our problem. I saw even over this weekend, were they the Haitians or who? The ones that were actually talking on the streets and saying, President Ruto is a U.S. puppet.
We had 2 different demonstrations.
Yeah.
One in the U.S. and the other one in Haiti.
Yeah, and I don't know if the ones in the U.S. were Kenyans. Were they Kenyans?
They were not.
They were not Kenyans.
They were Africans, I guess, but not really Kenyans.
And again, it's not even fair. You're taking people's families. Somebody I heard saying, first and foremost, if you want to fight this war, why don't you first be the leader? Take your goddamn kids first. You have a whole basketball team. You can put them out there so that we can see what is gonna work, and then we can follow by example. So it doesn't actually make sense for me. This is just a PR so that people can forget about it, and then it's gonna be passed, and then we are gonna lose lives again, just as they said clearly.
But I see Kithi is saying the parliament represents the people, Katie. It's the voice of the people of the country, but ours is not. Ours is not the voice of the people. It's supposed to be the voice of the people.
The president.
But,
it is not the voice of the
president.
It is the voice of the president, literally.
And they are, or whatever their party wants.
Yeah. For example, what I was trying to explain, if you look at parliamentarians, ndio walichaguliwa na different parties. The parties that actually have a lot of parliamentarians in Kenya is the one that the president runs, the UDA. The other party, ODM, has a little parliamentarians compared to others, and also, you know, the other parties that were actually chosen were Jakoya's party. Kuna a few of these parliamentarians that were, but when we take our issues or our motion to the parliament, the ones that actually are going to outdo, or rather they're going to move the motion, is the ones that actually support the motion, and they're supporting the president, who is their leader. So it's not literally a voice of the people, it is a voice of the leader.
It is super crazy, but like I was saying actually earlier, for me to conclude on this story, and of course as we move on, also still on our president, I believe, like I said on my show, Africans, because of miseducation and because of us being educated about, like, to make grow up tukijua borders make a difference, you know, within Africans or amongst Africans, which is wrong. Right now, if we really were actually, imagine the whole continent, if we could see Nigeria having the population of 200 million people, having Ugandans, Tanzanians, Burundians, Rwandese, like literally the whole continent, if you are raising against these puppets, this actually could move. We'd see the Europeans being shaken, and they would actually withdraw this, because mind you, it's not Ruto making a decision. These are controlled decisions by the people who rule the world. Kenya is gonna be the one to clean the mess, and so must it do it. If it doesn't, we're gonna be attacked again. You know, we're gonna see some actually crisis happening, Al-Shabaab, you know, jihadists and all that type of bullshit.
But what makes you think that the Haitians, the goons from Haitians, will not come to Kenya?
Now it's going to be double. Now it's going to be double, because now the US is going to be there. You don't even know. This is what I'm saying. You're creating exactly. You're creating a lot of enmity. So you don't know who ukiatakiwa, you're not even going to be sure who attacked you, who called the shots.
And mind you,
you're an enemy of a lot of people, and you created it for yourself.
Ruto is protected, so for him, after the Haitians, if they come here, even if the Haitians were to come here and attack us, or the guns were deployed in Haiti, if they were to actually pave a way in Kenya, it's still us who gonna suffer the consequences of these puppets and the deals that they have signed.
And I was even saying, these people are sending our strongest soldiers. You know, this is our strongest soldiers, the Reke Squad. You know, we don't have any other military in Kenya trained like the Reke Squad. And these are the people they are sending to Haiti. So they want to kill our soldiers. In case there is a terrorist attack, let's say like the one happened in 2013 this was with this mall, Westgate Mall. Now imagine we have a terrorist attack at this moment, and our soldiers have gone to Haiti. Who will protect us? KWS ama nkina nani watakuja, you know, because we are sending the best troops to go and get killed, and it doesn't make sense.
There's also a hotel that was attacked. I think it was in 2020, if I'm not wrong.